Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old as gold, but these Jefferson nickel 5-cent coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today I am going to tell you about a very special coin from the United States of America, the Jefferson nickel from the year 1964. Now, before you think this is just an ordinary 5-cent coin, stay with me because the uniqueness and rarity of this nickel will surprise you. There are details and errors in this coin that can turn a simple pocket change into a treasure, and I don't want you to miss any single point, especially if you are a collector or even just someone curious about coins. The 1964 Jefferson nickel holds a very important place in American coinage history. It was minted in extremely high numbers because it was the final year before the United States removed mint marks from the nickel. But even though millions were struck, not all of them are the same. Some have special striking errors, others have unique features that collectors chase with passion. That's where the real story begins, because within such a huge mintage, the hidden gems become highly valuable and sought after. When you look closely at this coin, you'll notice the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with strong details of his hair, his coat, and the lettering around the rim. But on some coins, especially those struck with weak dies or double striking, the letters may appear doubled or blurred, which is known as a double die error. These are the coins that collectors fight for in auctions because they are not common finds. On the reverse side, you see Jefferson's home Monticello, but sometimes misaligned dies created off-center strikes, giving the coin an odd look. Imagine holding such a coin in your hand. It's not just money, it's history with a twist of rarity. Collectors today pay serious attention to the condition of the 1964 Jefferson nickel. A coin that has been circulated heavily may still have some charm, but the real demand is for those nickels that are in mint state, with sharp details and full steps on Monticello. The full steps variety is one of the most popular features to look for, because it means the coin was struck very strongly and clearly, showing all the details of Jefferson's home. Coins with full steps are incredibly rare from 1964, and that's exactly why they are so expensive when they show up at coin shows or auctions. Now let's talk about the thrill for collectors. If you are someone who loves the hunt, then the 1964 nickel is a perfect target. They are still out there in collections, in rolls, and sometimes even in old jars of change people forgot about. Imagine being the lucky person to spot one of these coins with full steps or a double die error. The excitement of finding such a treasure is what keeps the coin community alive. My tip for collectors is to always use a good magnifier when examining these nickels. Look carefully at the steps on Monticello, check the lettering for any doubling, and don't ignore the luster of the coin. A shiny, well-preserved nickel with unique features could change your fortune overnight. What makes this coin even more interesting is that different cities produce them, with Philadelphia and Denver mint marks. Some collectors focus on one mint, while others try to complete a set with both. In big coin markets like New York and California, the rare error varieties of the 1964 nickel are highly demanded, and prices keep climbing because collectors know how limited these special pieces are. Auction houses have already seen exciting sales of these coins, with enthusiastic bidding wars proving just how strong the demand really is. And now here is the part you have been waiting for: the value. A regular circulated 1964 Jefferson nickel may not bring much, but when we talk about uncirculated coins with full steps or unique mint errors, the market value can reach impressive heights. Some of these coins have been sold for as much as $43,000 in major auctions. Yes, you heard it right, $43,000 for a 5-cent coin that once could have been used to buy candy. That is the magic of rarity, condition, and collector demand. So my friends, never underestimate the power of coins hiding in your drawers or coin jars. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is proof that a small piece of change can become a life-changing treasure. Keep your eyes open, always check carefully, and who knows, you might be holding onto a coin worth thousands without even realizing it. Thank you for staying with me through this exciting journey into the world of the 1964 Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about other rare and valuable coins, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin hunt bring you that extraordinary treasure. Coin number 2. I am going to share with you one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the United States Jefferson nickel from the year 1943. Now this is not just any ordinary nickel. This is a coin born out of a time of war, a coin that carries a story of America's strength, resourcefulness, and change. And the rarity and value of this coin will amaze you, so don't miss a single moment of this video because every detail I share could be the key that makes you look at your coins in a whole new way. The year 1943 was right in the middle of World War II, and the United States Mint had to make a huge decision. Nickel metal was badly needed for the war effort to produce weapons, tanks, and equipment. So instead of using nickel to strike 5-cent coins, the mint changed the composition and struck them with a special mix of silver, manganese, and copper. That is why these coins are often called the Silver War nickels. Holding one in your hand is like holding a piece of wartime history, a reminder of how even small coins were part of the great sacrifice and change of the nation. Now what makes the 1943 Jefferson nickel rare and desirable is not only the story but also the details that collectors look for. These coins show Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home Monticello on the back, but the real secret lies above Monticello. For the war years, the mint placed large mint marks P, D, or S above the building to show where the coin was made. This is the only time in American history that the Philadelphia mint mark P appeared on a nickel, and that uniqueness drives collectors wild. Imagine owning a coin that not only carries silver but also a one-of-a-kind mint mark style. Collectors also love to chase after the rare errors from 1943. Because of the change in metal and high production needs, mistakes happened. Some coins have doubled letters, some have misaligned strikes, and some show weak details in Monticello. Each error makes a coin stand out from the rest, and serious collectors will pay a premium to add one of these unusual pieces to their collection. Every time such a coin appears in auctions, you can feel the thrill in the bidding room as collectors compete to grab it. If you are a collector or even just a beginner, my advice is always check these coins very carefully. Look for the mint mark above Monticello, study the steps of the building for full details, and examine the letters for doubling. Use a magnifier in good light because the difference between an ordinary coin and a rare treasure is often in the tiny details. And keep in mind that condition is everything. A coin that is well preserved, shiny, and sharp can be worth many times more than one that has been worn down in circulation. These coins are in high demand across the country. Dealers in places like Chicago, New York, and California often see strong interest from collectors who want the best examples of the 1943 Jefferson nickel. Auctions have seen exciting prices when a rare full step or mint error variety comes up for sale, and the energy in the coin community always rises when one of these special nickels changes hands. And now comes the part you've been waiting for, the value. A normal circulated 1943 Jefferson nickel may not bring much more than its silver content, but when we talk about pristine uncirculated examples with strong full steps or rare errors, the market tells a very different story. These special nickels have sold in auctions for as much as $38,000. Yes, my friends, $38,000 for a single 5-cent coin that was once just common change during the war years. That is the true power of rarity, condition, and collector demand. So remember, next time you go through old jars of coins or collections passed down from family, pay attention to those wartime nickels. You never know, one of them might be the key to a fortune. The 1943 Jefferson nickel is not just a piece of metal, it is history, it is rarity, and it is a treasure waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining me today on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more about other coins that could change the way you look at money, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next discovery. Until then, happy collecting and may your next coin hunt lead you to something extraordinary. Coin number 3. We are diving into the story of a coin that at first glance seems ordinary but is far from it, the United States Jefferson nickel from the year 1979. Now before you think of this as just another 5-cent piece from your pocket change, stay with me, because this little coin has surprises that can make collectors pay close attention, and in some cases, pay very high prices. I am going to tell you the uniqueness, the hidden details, and the rarity of this coin, so listen carefully and don't miss a single point because you never know, you might already have one of these nickels sitting in your collection or tucked away in a jar at home. The year 1979 was a time of transition in American coinage. It was the period right before major design changes were introduced in U.S. currency, and nickels from this era hold a special place because they represent the final years of a long, classic style. The Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for decades, but the 1979 edition comes with its own story. Millions were struck, but like in any huge mintage, there are rare errors and special strikes that stand out like diamonds among ordinary stones. And these are the coins that collectors chase, the ones that make an auction floor buzz with excitement. The front of the coin shows the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a design that every American has seen countless times, but what matters to collectors is how sharp and detailed that portrait appears. On some coins, weak strikes left Jefferson's features faint or blurred, but on rare error coins, doubling can be spotted in the lettering or in his profile. These doubled die varieties are instantly more desirable. On the back, you have Monticello, Jefferson's beautiful home, and here two collectors search for full-step details on the stairs. A 1979 nickel with complete, sharp steps is a coin that collectors will pay a premium for, because they are hard to come by in such crisp condition. Now, here is where the excitement grows. Errors in 1979 nickels are what drive demand sky high. Some coins have off-center strikes, where the design is shifted noticeably to one side. Others may show die cracks, little raised lines across the coin caused by a damaged die. There are even examples of overstrikes or misaligned minting that created unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. Each of these errors transforms a simple 5-cent coin into a rarity worth hundreds or even thousands to serious collectors. And when one of these appears at a coin show in places like Dallas or Chicago, collectors crowd around and bidding wars begin. For collectors who are searching, my advice is simple but powerful. Always look closely at the steps of Monticello. The more complete and defined the steps, the rarer and more valuable your coin becomes. Also examine the lettering around the edge for doubling or unusual spacing, because small details often mean big money. And above all, protect the coins you find. Keep them in coin holders, avoid scratching them, and never clean them harshly, because condition is everything. A coin that looks bright and uncirculated can bring in 10 times more than one that has been worn down in circulation. The 1979 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even a coin that seems modern and common can carry hidden value. Collectors know this, and that is why the demand remains strong. Dealers across the country, from New York to California, continue to pay attention to these nickels whenever a rare variety comes across their tables. And auctions have already proven that special error examples from this year can fetch astonishing figures, showing that the market is alive and highly competitive for this coin. Now let me reveal the part you have been waiting for, the value. A regular circulated 1979 Jefferson nickel may just be worth face value, but when we are talking about those rare uncirculated coins with full steps, or nickels with striking errors and doubled dies, the price can climb dramatically. In fact, original market sales have seen these coins reach as high as $10,000 in major auctions. Yes, you heard that right, $10,000 for a single Jefferson nickel from 1979, all because of its rarity, condition, and unique features. So the next time you sort through your coins, don't overlook the nickels from the late 70s. That ordinary-looking coin could be the hidden treasure you have been searching for. The 1979 Jefferson nickel proves that history, rarity, and collector passion can turn a simple 5-cent piece into something extraordinary. Thank you for staying with me through this exciting story. If you enjoyed learning about the 1979 Jefferson nickel and want to hear more about other rare and valuable coins, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next coin hunt bring you something priceless. Coin number 4. Let's dive into the story of one of the most talked about nickels from the 70s, the United States of America rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin from the year 1975D. If you are a collector, a treasure hunter of coins, or just someone who loves hearing about fascinating pieces of history, then this coin is going to spark your attention. Stay with me till the end because I will be telling you not only about the rarity and uniqueness of this coin but also what makes it stand out from other nickels of its time and the real value it holds in today's market. The 1975D Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, carrying that bold little D mint mark on its reverse side. While millions of nickels were produced in 1975, what makes this coin special are the rare varieties and minting errors that have appeared over the years. These errors are what collectors chase after, the small details that transform a regular 5-cent piece into a prize worth holding onto. Some coins from this year show strong doubling on Jefferson's profile or the inscriptions, while others display off-center strikes that reveal just how unpredictable the minting process could be back then. Imagine holding a coin that looks normal at first glance, but under a closer look you discover doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. That slight difference could turn an everyday coin into a rarity that collectors across the country would compete to own. Even die cracks, filled mint marks, and planchet errors have been spotted in the 1975 Jefferson nickel, each error increasing its desirability and driving its demand higher among coin enthusiasts. For collectors who love the thrill of the hunt, nickels like these are golden opportunities. The Jefferson series itself has always held strong collector interest, but the 70s coins bring nostalgia, history, and rarity all in one. Many coin hunters still check their pocket change daily in hopes of discovering a 1975 era nickel, and those who succeed often find themselves with a treasure much greater than just 5 cents. If you are a collector, here's a tip for you. Always examine your 1975 nickels with patience and detail. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, look closely at the mint mark, and pay attention to the rim and strike. A sharp eye can uncover what others might miss. Also, holding onto high-grade examples, especially those in uncirculated condition, can make a huge difference in value. Coins with original mint luster and without scratches are where are the ones that sell for the highest prices at auctions and coin shows. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, the actual market value of this coin. While a normal 1975 Jefferson nickel might just be worth its face value, the rare ones with errors and high grades can bring in impressive amounts of money. In auctions and private sales across cities in the United States, collectors have paid as high as $1,000 for the most pristine and unique examples of the 1975 Jefferson nickel. Imagine a 5-cent coin turning into a 4-figure treasure. That's the magic of coin collecting. So what makes this coin truly unique is the combination of history, rarity, and error varieties that make it stand out in the Jefferson series. For coin lovers, this is not just a nickel, it's a symbol of how small details can hold incredible value. If you ever come across one of these coins, hold it tightly, examine it carefully, and remember that you might just have a rare gem in your hands. Collectors everywhere are still searching, auctions are still buzzing, and the demand for the 1975 Jefferson nickel continues to rise. And when you know the story behind it, you realize why this coin has become such a prized catch for anyone passionate about rare United States coins. The original market value of this rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent 1975 coin in pristine condition can reach up to $1,000 in auctions and collector sales, making it one of the most exciting nickels for coin enthusiasts today. Coin number 5. Let me take you into the story of one of the most fascinating coins from American history, the rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin from the year 1971. This is not just a simple nickel you might find in your change. This coin carries a charm of rarity and uniqueness that has made it one of the most attractive finds for collectors across the United States. If you are a coin lover or a treasure hunter searching for that special piece that tells a story, then you will want to listen carefully because every detail about this coin could mean the difference between holding an ordinary 5-cent piece or discovering a hidden treasure that collectors would pay a premium price for. The Jefferson nickel series has always been popular, but the coins minted in Denver in 1971 have a special place among collectors. The D-mint mark adds its own identity, but what truly excites coin enthusiasts are the unexpected errors and striking differences that appeared in some of these nickels. Imagine a coin that was supposed to be struck perfectly but came out with doubling on the lettering or Jefferson's profile, or one that has an off-center strike showing part of the design missing and part of the blank planchet exposed. These details are not flaws in the eyes of collectors, they are treasures that make a coin unique and far more valuable than its face value. Some 1971 nickels have been found with filled mint marks, where the D looks blurry or almost hidden, while others show die cracks running across the surface like small veins, each one turning that coin into a one-of-a-kind piece. Even the sharpness of the strike and the original mint luster make a huge difference because collectors are always searching for examples that still shine as if they just left the Denver Mint over 50 years ago. For collectors, this is where the excitement begins. When you hold a 1971 Jefferson nickel, you are holding a piece of American history that may carry a story no one else has. Checking every detail carefully with patience and a good magnifying glass can uncover a rare variety that other people might overlook. And the thrill of finding such a coin in circulation or inside an old collection box is unmatched. If you are a coin collector or planning to be one, let me share a few useful tips with you. Always keep an eye on older Jefferson nickels in your change, because you never know when a 1971 might appear. When you find one, look closely at the mint mark, the lettering, and Jefferson's face for signs of doubling or striking errors. Preserve coins in protective holders to keep them safe from scratches, and if you discover one in excellent uncirculated condition, treasure it because that is where the true value lies. Auctions and private collectors will always pay a premium for coins that have both rarity and condition on their side. The beauty of this coin is not only in its design but also in its unpredictability. No two-era nickels are exactly the same, and that makes them exciting to hunt for. Collectors all around the country are still searching, bidding, and holding on to these coins because they know that the demand for such rare pieces will never fade. It is the kind of coin that can bring energy to any collection and pride to any collector who owns it. Now let's talk about the most thrilling part, the actual value. While regular 1971 D Jefferson nickels might only be worth their face value, the rare ones with errors, high grades, or sharp mint luster have been sold in auctions for as much as $800. That means a coin that started as just 5 cents could today be worth hundreds of dollars in places like New York auction houses, California coin shows, or private collector sales across the country. So when you think about the 1971 D Jefferson nickel, think about more than just a piece of change. Think about the rarity, the history, the unique errors, and the demand it still holds among collectors. Owning one is like owning a secret piece of American minting history, a treasure that can surprise you not just with its story but with its market value as well. The original market value of the rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent 1971 D coin in pristine condition with unique varieties can reach up to $800 in auctions in collector markets today, making it a highly desirable piece for anyone passionate about coins.